All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Archana Maroli, Secretary COWE Karnataka Chapter. Before I proceed, I request everyone to mute. The admin can help to mute everyone, please.
Okay. I request everyone to kindly mute yourself. May I ask Karthik to please mute everyone else except Archana for now? Yes, Archana, you can begin now.
You begin
from the beginning.
Yeah, start.
All right. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Archana Maroli, Secretary COWE Karnataka Chapter and Director Ozone Inc., an experiential marketing company which curates brand experience, events, and activation. Before we go further, I want to review the functionality of this webinar. Let's talk about the hygiene check actually. So your active participation is important throughout the session. Right now, I have everyone on mute to avoid background noises that may distract you from listening to the webinar. Throughout the presentation, we will be managing the chat functionality. You can enter your questions and comments in the chat box throughout the presentation. After every speaker's session, we open it for Q&A, that is question and answers. During this time, if any of you have any questions, you can use the icon which is there on the control panel, or you have a control which says raise your hand to indicate that you have a question or a comment. Once you raise the hand, someone from our backend admin team would unmute you, and then you can ask your questions. Okay, I hope I'm clear. All right, it's time for us to officially start our webinar. Just give you a quick introduction part. So COWE, that is Confederation of Women Entrepreneurs of India, along with SIDBI, has launched the SWAVALAMBAN SASHAKT Mega Campaign 2, a series of one-day awareness outreach and business opportunity program in true spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat to give fillip to Stand Up India scheme, a flagship program launched by Honorable Prime Minister of India to increase the effectiveness of Stand Up India program and strengthen the MSME ecosystem targeted at the development of unserved, undeserved youth and entrepreneurs from scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and women entrepreneurs. This program aims to penetrate and expand the outreach of financial assistance to women entrepreneurs. Swavalamban Sashakt attempts to ignite the spark of business leadership in the targeted aspirant women entrepreneurs. This awareness, outreach, and business opportunity program is a participative interaction by providing a platform for awareness and genesis of business development. It shall be an opportunity for the invited businesses to showcase their business models, the aspiring women entrepreneurs to identify a business of their choice, and the financial institutions to generate business leads and guide aspirants on their expectations. Our topic today for the webinar is non-school educational sector. All right, so without further ado, please join me in welcoming Gayatri Suresh, President COWE Karnataka Chapter. She's a diabetes educator and clinical podiatrist at Dr. Suresh Dayakare, proprietor GS Group of Companies, proprietor GS House of Aesthetic, partner Sukipada, managing trustees Pasha Foundation. Welcome, Gayatri, so that you can welcome all who have gathered here. Over to you, Gayatri.
Thank you so much, Archana, for a lovely startup. Very good afternoon, everyone. Very good afternoon, everyone, for Swavalamban Sashakt Webinar Series 16, organized by COWE India in association with SIDBI. Thank you so much for supporting our webinars to SIDBI. I'm here to extend my warm welcome for today's session. Firstly, I would like to welcome all our founder members of COWE India. Very warm welcome to all the founder members. And I would like to extend my welcome to our National President, Ms. Madhu Tyagi. Thank you so much for being for today's webinar, Madhu ma'am. A warm welcome to the entire National Board members and committee members for today's webinar. And I would like to extend my welcome to SIDBI team. Ms. Anamika Rajkumari, Ms. Ritu Giridhar, Mr. Guruput Singh. Thank you so much for always being with us. And this is our second series of webinar. And thank you so much for being for today's webinar. And I would like to welcome our expert speaker for the day, Ms. Geeta Shetty, founder Grooming Gurukul. Thank you so much, Ms. Geeta, for extending your support to be on as a speaker for today's webinar. And I would like to welcome Ms. Renu Mukunda, our I'm so sorry, our motivational speaker for today's webinar. Thank you so much, Ms. Renu ma'am, for being with us. And I would like to welcome Ms. Shashikala, Deputy Manager, State Bank of India. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being on the webinar. And I would like to welcome Ms. Jayaprada, our Stand Up India loan beneficiary. Thank you so much for being here. And I would like to welcome our media and press for being here for today's webinar. And I would like to welcome all my co-presidents and all COWE India members for today's webinar. And I would like to welcome all our educational institutions who are with us as an NCOWE or being with us for all the webinars for a continuous education on the entrepreneur, all the universities and educational institutions present today. A warm welcome to you, all of you. Last but not the least, our MC team. I welcome all my MC team and all our chapter members for a wonderful session of a webinar on today. And without any further delay, let's hear the next proceedings. Over to you, Archana.
Right. Thank you so much, Gayatri. Yes. I request participants to mute, please. All right. Thank you so much, Gayatri, for the warm welcome. And I must take this opportunity to say that our president of COWE Karnataka chapter, Gayatri, has been really instrumental in making this webinar series happen. Thank you so much, Gayatri. All right. So moving ahead, it's time for us to know about COWE India, Confederation of Women Entrepreneurs of India, what it is, what is the journey so far. So I request and I welcome Aparna Darshi, Joint Secretary, COWE India, to take over from here. Over to you, Aparna.
Thank you, Archana ji. A warm welcome to all our participants today. Yes, COWE, Confederation of Women Entrepreneurs of India, started on 22nd November and in 2004 by 6 successful first generation women entrepreneurs with 22 members, 22 founder members. So it's a not for the profit organization and under section 25 of Companies Law with a vision to be a national association of women business owners that propels women entrepreneurs into economic and political spheres of power. And our mission is to promote affiliation and spread COWE activities across India, create centers of excellence for women to gain knowledge, develop skills, provide infrastructure, access to resources, and promote marketing avenues to further these businesses. To inculcate entrepreneurship culture among young women and facilitate in shaping ideas into business. COWE India, headquartered in Hyderabad with chapters in Andhra Pradesh, Delhi, Gujarat, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand and West Bengal with 1,000+ members strong team. And we have awards and recognitions in our cap on the only NGO who has signed MOU with NSIC to take their programs into grassroots levels. Best Business Association by FAPSI. And the certification we got, or we registered on NGO Darpan, ATG certification, IT exemption certificate, registered under FCRA, ISO 9001-2015 certification, and Gold NABET certification. Our achievements are, we mentored 1 lakh+ women in 17 years, and we are on the board of NIMSME, NSIC, MSME, AP State Government Industrial Task Force, and we are registered technical agency under NIMSME for Spooty scheme. And we are also registered as handholding agency on Stand Up India portal. registered under the National Skill Development Center as training center to provide skill development courses. We signed MOUs with international women associations such as WebBank USA, WeConnect.org, South African and Sri Lankan women associations. We are associated with WeHub, Government of Telangana, AICCCMB, Biotech and Life Sciences, IIMR, Foodtech, Tej, University of Hyderabad, Exol DU. So what we do at COWE is we do marketing linkages, training programs, seminars, workshops, and conferences. We do organize business networking programs, mentoring and support, infrastructure support. We also take CSR projects, counseling and knowledge dissemination, advocacy with government, linkages with key partners. COWE supports a woman entrepreneur from the ideation stage to success and then goes further by celebrating these successes. We train, handhold, support, mentor, and celebrate the various stages of entrepreneurship of every member. We do marketing linkages through exhibitions at national and international levels. We also conduct COWE International Lifestyle Expo, as well as we have online platform also to showcase our women's product at COWE Mart. We got tie-ups with online and offline partners such as Amazon Saheli, WeConnect, Her Money Talks, and Startup TV. We do virtual exhibition, COWEMart.com, an online platform created during COVID times. Till now, 26 national exhibitions and 3,000 plus participants with 10 plus crore business happened. And international exhibitions also conducted at 12 countries. Till now, 15 international expos also got conducted. And we do provide training programs such as Entrepreneurship Development Program, EDPs, and Entrepreneurship Skill Development Programs, ESDPs, and workshops. Till now, we conducted 75 plus EDPs and 80 plus ESDPs with 3,600 participants. We also conduct seminars and conferences on specific subjects and sectors. During COVID times, converted to webinars, and we also conduct national and international conferences, tie with other business associations and groups to ensure participation by our members in other seminar and conferences too. So we do business networking through WhatsApp groups for selling and buying from each other, brand walks and sales meetings to encourage sharing of products, large networking events to help women network, and B2B market meetings with PSUs, large MNCs, and with each other. And regular networking meetings to discuss issues of entrepreneurs. So till now, 58 networking events with 5,000 plus participants happen. And we do provide mentoring and support through experienced entrepreneurs mentoring the new ones, links to consultants and professionals in various fields, help with funding agencies, connects with governmental agencies and affiliated with incubators and accessories. Infrastructure support, establishing a dedicated 30-acre industrial estate for women, the first of its kind in Asia at Tupran, in Medak district of Telangana under the Integrated Infrastructure Development IID scheme. CFC already established, and 22 women entrepreneurs in automobile component manufacturing take off with their units. And Andhra Pradesh government also has sanctioned 30 units for women entrepreneurs from COWE under the industrial cluster scheme. Yes, we do take CSR projects too. COWE works with various companies on their CSR activities involving the women empowerment and entrepreneurship. So daycare centers in industrial parks in association with SIDBI, already 5 daycare centers take off. And then we do advocacy with government also. So sharing ground realities with reports and surveys on the board of NIMSME, MSME, and then part of state government's AP government industrial task force and part of WeHub of Telangana government. COWE, the only women organization invited for budget webinar with Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji and Finance Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji in February 2021. So counseling and knowledge dissemination also we conduct that through government bodies, books and banks and other financial institutions, industrial bodies, international bodies, through emails, blogs, meetings, seminars, and WhatsApps. We are connected with the entrepreneurs regularly. So we got linkages with our key partners like SIDBI, TSIIC, Skill India, GIZ, WeConnect, WeHub, CII, NSIC, JHK, APIIC, Infid, Freedom, and many other organizations. So we do conduct caustic cooking competition also we conducted. And the final is in 8 districts, and the final is on 16th of this month. So about to come. And we also have cluster, Haldi cluster in Chintapalli, AP, COWE India and NIMSMI are the technical agency and the nodal agency for this program. And Young COWE, yes, we also have Young COWE with the people, with the women under 25 years of age, and Telangana state already took up with the Young COWE, and many other chapters are looking for the same. So our plan for the next 3 years are COWE Heart, a marketplace for women entrepreneurs, incubator in 3 states, developing microclusters, and certification of women entrepreneurs, daycare centers in 20 industrial areas, investment for women entrepreneurs, and expansion of Young COWE, COWE Mart, a virtual marketplace for women for B2B and B2C, and expansion of chapters to 4 more states. Yes, this is all about COWE, and all the best to the Karnataka team. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Aparna. I think in the short span you could summarize about COWE India. Thank you so much for highlighting COWE, highlighting the journey of COWE, and also letting us know what are the future, what is there in future for us for COWE. And I'm sure that by now everybody who is present here knows exactly what COWE India is all about. Thank you so much, Aparna. May I now invite Anamika Rajkumari, Manager SIDBI, to throw light on the benefits and opportunities that Stand Up India scheme offers to budding entrepreneurs and SIDBI's role as a facilitator. Over to you, Anamika.
Yeah, good afternoon to all the participants. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Anamika ji, you are audible.
I am not starting my video because there's some network issue.
Okay, please carry on.
Yeah, good afternoon to all the participants and the speakers. Today I will share some of the highlights about the Stand Up India scheme in this second webinar series of the SWAVALAMBAN SASHAKT. In fact, this SWAVALAMBAN SASHAKT SIDBI and the COWE has started this webinar series to give a fillip to the Stand Up India scheme. Actually, we have started this webinar series during the COVID time, thinking that during the COVID time, there was lots of people who were stuck at home. So we thought this webinar series will give a, what do you say, the push up and an opportunity to share about this scheme. So today I will share some of the highlights about the Stand Up India scheme. This scheme, Stand Up India scheme, was announced by our Honorable Prime Minister on the 15th August 2015, and the scheme was launched in 5th April 2016. And now the scheme is valid till FY 2025. This and this stand up actually the government of India has given the mandate to the to SIDBI to manage the Stand Up India portal and to create awareness about the Stand Up India scheme. The main objective of the Stand Up India scheme is to promote the bank financing for greenfield enterprises promoted by the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and the woman entrepreneur. Here, the greenfield enterprises means the first time venture of the beneficiary in any of the manufacturing, service, trading sector, and even in the agri-allied activities. Means those aspirant in the community of SC, ST, and the woman aspirant who wanted to start up their ventures in creating and to start a new entrepreneur. So the scheme is mainly for those aspirant entrepreneur who wanted to start their own business. And under this scheme, the loan amount that is eligible is between 10 lakhs to 1 crore. And these loans can be availed from any of the scheduled commercial bank branches. Here, the scheduled commercial bank branches will be like public sector bank, private sector, and even the rural regional bank. From any of these bank branches, this loan under this scheme is available. And here, I wanted to mention one more thing is like in this under this scheme, the margin money that has to be brought in by the promoter or the entrepreneur is 15% of the project cost. Earlier it was 25%, uh, but from 2020-21 this has been reduced to 15% of the project cost, but the borrower will have to continue to bring at least 10% of the project cost as their own cost. That means the margin money is 15%. However, if any of the entrepreneur is getting some subsidy or any government subsidy, but still the individual or the entrepreneur has to bring at least 10% of the project cost as a own contribution. And one more, before I have mentioned that even the agri-allied activities can be uh, is has been included under this scheme. The main objective of including these agri-allied activities, where there were lots of queries saying that the rural people, mainly the agri-allied activities is mainly mm, activities is being undertaken, or like the entrepreneurs mainly from the rural area wanted to start their business in the agri-allied activities, but they were not able to do it. So this has been included. Like in agri-allied activities, it can be like a pisciculture हो गया, then dairy, fishery, then एग्री क्लिनिक, ये सब चीजें भी इंक्लूड कर दिया है इसमें. And one more, and ek or whenever any, what do you say, the aspirant go to the bank and ask for any of the loan, उनका main concern होता है कि बैंक में जाऊं, if I go to the bank, the जो बैंक मैनेजर है or the bank will be asking for the security. Under this scheme ये है कि एक तो प्राइमरी सिक्योरिटी इज देयर, देन अलोंग विद दैट जो कोलेटरल सिक्योरिटी है, if they have the if the entrepreneur or the aspirant is having the collateral security, they are welcome with the collateral security, or there is a guarantee of cre- credit guarantee fund scheme for stand up India, because the stand up India scheme can also be covered under the guarantee scheme. But what I would like to add here is that it is always better if an individual is having any collateral security that can be offered to the bank. It is always better to offer that, because this guarantee will attract some guarantee fees, which will be adding burden to your interest outgo every month. Then the and I would here it is, if an aspirant want to apply for any of the loan, you can apply through the you can apply directly through the bank branches. The aspirants can visit to any of the bank branches of the scheduled commercial bank along with their application form and whatever the documents that is their personal KYCs and everything, project report. They can approach directly through the bank branches. The other option is they can even apply this Stand Up India loan from the portal Stand Up Mitra portal with the website www.standupmitra.in. They can access this portal and they can apply for the loan through this portal also. And or the other one is they can even approach to the lead district manager with their application for the application of the loan. Uh, and regarding the portal, I wanted to add something. यहाँ पे I have spoken about the Stand Up Mitra portal, and along with that, SIDBI is actually maintaining one more portal, that is www.udyamimitra.in. This this is actually a dual portal, and through this portal we are not this portal is not only for application of loan. Under this portal, this we have onboarded more than um, we have onboarded handholding agencies in this portal. This handholding agency, if any of the aspirant is facing any issue while filling the application form or like making the project reports, they can always take the help of the handholding agencies that has been onboarded in our portal. And even COWE is one of the hand-holding agencies, and they are already onboarded in the portal, or you can approach directly uh, to COWE. And along with this hand-holding agency, it is the portal is also having a pool of 300 plus project profiles. So these project profiles are the ready-made project profiles. The aspirant or the entrepreneur can always download these project profiles, and they can always see the similar project they are wanting to do, or they are wanted to start, and they can always take the support of these ready-made project profiles that are already onboarded in our portal. And this project profiles will help them to understand their project, or like how the other means, if they are confused in selecting the project or what they wanted, they can always refer to this project profile. And along with this, there are lots of other knowledge reference also. So any of the aspirants or any person can always go to this portal, and they can uh, see any of the knowledge reference that has been uploaded in our portal. And with this, I request all the participants to take the full advantage of this webinar. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anamika. It's truly a wonderful initiative by SIDBI and Stand Up India. We really wish optimum use of this lifetime opportunity for women. Thank you again. All right, so moving ahead with our agenda, we have the expert speaker. So let me quickly introduce the expert speaker to all of you. She is Geeta H. Shetty. Geeta Shetty is a proud founder of Grooming Gurukul. The journey began in 2019, and since then, it has been a satisfying and fruitful passion-driven days for Geeta and her company. Geeta has about 16 years of experience in the field of technology, luxury, lifestyle, fashion, and has worked in startups to Fortune 500 companies. She has coached kids, college students, corporates, celebrities, models, and homemakers. She believes that grooming and behavioral etiquette helps people in various fields of life. Grooming Gurukul educates and encourages he or she to be poised and confident. Besides, keeping up with the respected traditions, Grooming Gurukul also adds a modern spin, instructing in an empowering and unstuffy manner to instill confidence. She has changed lives of people and giving them their identity by branding them, by giving them the voice of confidence and help them become the best version of themselves. Let's hear about her business and model and the journey, how she started her business in details. She would be also imparting valuable information and explaining us how opportunities can be leveraged in this lucrative sector. Over to you, Geeta.
Thank you very much, Ms. Archana, for this tremendously great introduction. And thank you, Gayatri Suresh, for introducing me to this lovely COWE group. I take this pleasure. And on that note, let's start my talk. And can I share the screen here? It says host disabled participant screen sharing. So if I can get that.
You can share now.
All right, thank you. So I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Okay, great. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everybody's doing good. And so I started this company, Grooming Gurukul Private Limited organization, just before the pandemic. That's 2019 end, and 2020 it was officially announced and we launched this company. So what we do here is, we have a lot of elements, lot of segments which caters to students, preteens, teenagers, adults. When I say adults, it could be corporate goers, homemakers, or anybody who aspires to upgrade their existing personality to a very polished and well-groomed personality. So basically, this instills the confidence and self-esteem in an individual to achieve whatever they want in life. And maybe I should talk about why I started this company. Okay, so this talks a little bit about my company. So this is called as a Luxury Finishing School of Excellence. And our programs, like I mentioned, it's designed or tailor-made for every individual or group. So why I started this company? Because while I was with corporate already, having a full-time job for myself, I realized the need for, there were some good directors or vice presidents who joined our company, and they're good with their technical skills, but they don't know how to talk, how to introduce themselves, or how to present among the other leadership team. So then I said, okay, so I figured out, so what is the gap here? And before I go there, I myself got groomed at a very early stage, and that helped me voice my opinions, okay, and tell people what I think about. And when I had an idea, I had, the possible directions, or I got mentored so well how to establish a company and why should I do that? How do I write my business plan? How do I do my financial planning? And how do I plan this for the next 3 years, build a roadmap with whom I will be working, or how do I recruit my staff and everything? So I quit the job and I joined a startup. I understood. And then why I'm telling this, because not everybody here in this group has certificates or necessarily be educated. So I do not advocate certificates, educations, but I would advocate any individual who aspire to become something, who have an idea and who want to bring life or who want to give life to that idea. So I'll be more than happy to help you guys, mentor and coach you all on that with my personal experience and what kind of challenges I had and how did I overcome that and such. So, on that note, yes, I've worked with some celebrities, as you all saw in the pictures. And what happened here is, there are some of the great music composers, actors, and models. Of course, they're stunning with their professional aesthetics. But then when they have to even go and introduce or talk about what they're good at or put across their thoughts, they just could not talk. They could not even state the name properly. So then I said, okay, so this is something new right now, but I feel that if we can have this segment at an early stage for kids in the school, like we are right now doing it for the colleges and schools as well. Candor International School is what we are associated with. And it gives me a great pleasure to talk about that, how it changes lives of the students or young people at that age, and now teenagers. We know there are a lot of teenagers around us who have a lot of inhibitions about themselves. They are so much concerned, so very conscious about everything, every thought. And they have their own peer competitions with they're concerned about. They may not be able to comfortably discuss and talk about it with your parents or with your friends. So they sulk, they try to overcome these challenges themselves. So that is where Grooming Gurukul comes into the picture, right? So we handhold them, we hear them out, and we tell them what they're good at and, how they can make way for themselves, how they can grow up the ladder, how they can face challenges, how they can speak their mind, talk about it very comfortably, and same goes with the adults who are in colleges. So we have a strong set-based foundation with colleges, final years, as well as the second years before they get recruited by the corporates. This is called Campus 2 corporate. So we give coaches right now. We are doing it for Jyotirniwas College, Oxford Science College, and IHM and such. So anybody here from the school or college background, I'll be more than happy to pitch in and hear you aloud. So as you all can see, there are some of the programs that we conduct, for example, presentation skills. So this applies to people in the corporate segment or women entrepreneurs who have their ideas, who are like not very sure how to put the thoughts in papers and how they should start about it. And of course, soft skill trainings, which is very helpful, irrespective of everybody's profession on this group, even the media guys or the university folks or women entrepreneurs, everybody is required. So then personality development, of course, that and pre-placement grooming, this is exclusively for the students.
इसको
And
इंच में एक बार नाप लीजिए क्या? एग्जैक्ट इंच में कितना आ रहा है? वो जाइए मत खोलिए पूरा, सिर्फ इंच में.
okay, I paused thinking that was a question for me. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so like I said, this is a sample of what we cater to when I talked about campus to corporate program for the university, college, and students. So we train them on being interview ready. So that gives them confidence when they're sitting across and being interviewed by the panel of professionals ahead of them. Then we give them grooming tips and we analyze their personality and we tell them what are the loopholes and how they can use their strengths to overcome the weaknesses, and training on their first best impression. And again, that I think everybody here would leverage that point. And basically, we help brands capture wonder and kickstart meaningful change. And so we are the thinkers, we are the storytellers, we are the creators. So all the aspiring women entrepreneurs, feel free to reach out to me. And I have an amazing team on board. We will hear you guys out. We will help you so much that you'll be so confident as a budding entrepreneurs. And now, since we were talking about non-educational institutes, but still I am part of the education, like how? What is the importance of skill education in the school? Right. So as we know, among us, we have seen people who are very smart in their house atmosphere or very smart among their close-knit group. But when it comes to talking to somebody that, they don't know or talking to a crowd of 10 people, I think they just get nervous and they hunt for words. They are speechless. So, and giving students the wings of speech confidence, giving them the tools to have a voice, have an opinion, and have that sense of authority to express themselves. I think that's a great strength for this generation kids that we all can help them with. Okay. I already answered this. Why did I start grooming Gurukul? And also, who are my target audience? So the target audience for this business model, like I said, is anybody up and beyond 7-8 years. It just goes on. So there is no limit. I think at every stage in our life, we would definitely want to upgrade ourselves. We definitely want to put the best face on, put the best foot forward, right? For example, how do I say? So when you are in a room full of meetings, and there is a person who walks into the room with the aura, with the personality that everybody in the room wants to wonder who this person is, that could be the way of walking. That can be the way that person is dressed up. That can be the way that person is even just saying a hello or greeting the person. The warmth, the aura, the personality, the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they sit, the way they even eat and drink, right? So everything matters. That captures we remember them. So I would wish and want all of us to be like that, especially when you are thinking of becoming an entrepreneur, especially when you are, at a place where you are sitting and making decisions, calling shots, and there are people. So don't you want to look powerful? You are powerful, but you also want to sound and look powerful. So the other person takes your thoughts, takes your presentation real seriously. Yeah, so that was a whole idea behind me establishing this organization. I'll just take a pause here if anybody has a question so far. Happy to take that. Okay. So moving on, why do I advocate personal grooming for students in schools at the early stage, right? So personal grooming is an important form of self-care that will ensure that your child will lead a healthy life. Forming good emotional and hygiene practices from early childhood can have a positive effect on their child's growth and development. The child is also, I mean, she or he will also learn to be independent and shall also boost their confidence and self-esteem, right? So out of the 100 kids that you all would have met, I think there probably would be like countable children who are outspoken, who have the leadership quality, and you will know these are going to be the tomorrow's leaders. So why do they stand out from the group? Obviously, because someone has groomed them to be, have their own voice, how to be independent and self-care. So I think emotional quotient also matters, not just getting good grades and good marks and scoring great, points in schools or in the colleges. I think this personality, which right now is not part of the curriculum, I would advocate that it's a need of the hour for them to grow into a perfect or almost perfect or a great personality where all of us would like to meet them. And yeah, so here are some quotes which are very close to me, and I thought I should share it with the group here. So one which says, introducing students to some employable skills will also help them prepare and adapt to real work situations without much effort. It will ease the transition phase from being a student to being a professional, right? So we all agree here, right? So obviously it's not, again, as I said, about the grades or about the school or about the extra tuitions that you're imposing your kids to take. Of course, that is needed. But along with that, introducing some skill training, life skill statements, making them street smart, making them comfortable with what they are. I think that's a very important aspect that we should think or talk or discuss or give them an option for this. And moving on, I will just give you all a few seconds to read this out. Okay. Yeah, so how do we build profitable brands? And me being an entrepreneur, like I said, we cater to all elements, consider about fashion, consider and talk about jewelry brand or education. We cater to all markets. So I can, mentor y'all in being how to be a business partner and etc. But before that, like I said, whether you have a degree, you don't have a degree, does not matter. All it matters is skills. What skills do you have? What do you bring to the table? You can be an expert pickle maker, and that's just enough for me. You have a recipe, that's more than enough for me to build your brand, to build your business, or to tell you how can you sell your business, right? So we can incubate, we can groom you, we can coach you. Now, what does it take to be on the top and convert your idea into business? Like, this is what I did. I had any idea and I got groomed myself. And then is when it hit me that why not create opportunity, give people an option to change themselves. So powerful secrets to start successful business. And you don't need an MBA or an education certificate. Also, yes, know the right business strategy, build your own brand. So this is too short a slot for me to talk about all of this. Like I said, feel free to reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to talk about this in detail. And be your own Shakti, life skills for the real world. And life skills is what we have here. And we can tailor make the program according to what serves you best, what helps you excel in your respective fields. And even otherwise, like, for example, I have some students who just want to improvise on their conversation skills, as basic as that, social conversation skills. You are going out to meet somebody, a group of people over dinner, Diwali dinner, right? So you're all dressed up and nice, but you don't know what kind of a conversation to strike with, networking dinner, for example. So how do you present yourself? How do you come across a knowledgeable person? Everybody here doesn't know everything. I don't know everything. But what is it that you can have conversation on? What is the foundation? How can somebody be so comfortable talking right? So not everybody, not all of us are gifted with sense of humor. Not everybody is gifted. It's not about knowing English. Again, I'm not going to stress or impose that, you, irrespective of the comfortability in the language, you have to be comfortable within yourself. You have to be comfortable in knowing what can you talk. For example, I meet a lot of I have a lot of my North Indian friends, right? And I don't know, we're just comfortable talking in Hindi sometimes. I'm a Kannadiga, I'm a South Indian. So why am I saying this? Because again, language is not a barrier. How do you, maybe the body language helps in connecting, a nice warm smile, acknowledging when somebody's talking about themselves, giving them the attention that they want, yes, and talk about general knowledge. So I would say, upgrade your repository, upgrade your library of information. You would have watched a movie recently, right? Why not talk about that? Talk about a favorite cricketer, talk about the latest political issues that's going around. So that's how we enhance our conversation skill. So that's again, some of the fractional examples which I could quote. And
Ma'am, if I may interrupt,
Mhm.
it would be nice if you shared how an entrepreneur can develop, grooming institute. We have to give
Okay.
a business model. So if you could just say that what type of resources are required, what type of, you know, uh, investment is required to start a grooming institute like yours.
I'm coming to that. Yeah.
Yeah,
You've given me
thank you so much.
25 minutes, so
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
going
sure.
to. Yeah,
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
thanks. So now skills vs degree. So we have already spoken about this. Any doubts, please feel free to chat, to leave a message here or talk to me. So I will move on from here. Big degrees do not matter, skills do. I totally agree with this. Okay. So there are many people who are educated, have degrees, but yet cannot stand and talk to the crowd or state their opinions. And hence, this is what we need, self-confidence. Okay, now talking about all that, now you want to establish yourself as a entrepreneur. You have the confidence, you have the skill, you have the idea. So what next? How do we write a business plan? To do or to write a business plan, you need to have a mission. For example, in my case, so I opened this Grooming Gurukul Institute. So what was I thinking before launching a business like this? So it was definitely not like overnight I said to myself, I'm going to launch a business and it's going to be a private limited organization. So what was I thinking about it? So the business plan, like what goes into the business plan? I did a thorough study. I did a study about, there is a need in the market. What is that need? I am a person with the supply. I have the skill. I have the business to provide. So who are going to be my target audience, right? So there are students. So I target the schools. Then there are colleges. Then there are individuals wherein we have image makeover tutors at our end. So phase one, I released multiple. I targeted the students in the phase one. And then what happened? COVID hit us very badly and my business completely sunk. Okay, talking about what Ms. Nidhi pointed out, how much, so when I founded my company, we invested initially 45 lakhs, right? So this was between me and a partner of mine. So I brought to the table an idea and I brought some funds and she brought in some funds. So we did not go for investment initially. This was all bootstrapped, as in we self-funded our idea. We self-funded our business. And so we established an office space. So we had incurred logistic expenses, operational cost. We had tutors coming in and taking classes. Then we had to do a lot of branding and marketing. Again, very important. We need to brand and market. So we targeted the geography. So I'm based out of Bangalore, based out of HSR layout. So I made sure that the network or the community over here is very well aware of what is Grooming Gurukul or who needs it and why. So that helped us reach out to people. So now what happened, again, talking about one quick challenge that we faced is, COVID happened and we had to shut down the office. Of course, no human interaction, no talking, no meeting. So, we were like brainstorming. We invested so much funds into this business, while the first 3 months only, let's Jan to March, is when we saw huge success. And then like zero. I was like so devastated. I quit my corporate job and started this. I mean, like what's next? What is that wrong happened? This is not in anybody's hand that something like this hits you out of the blue. So it took some time. It took some time to understand we have to be digitally present. It took some time to rework on our business plan, right? So our investment went into digital platform, and we started collaborating with other companies. Like Kirtilal's right now, we are doing major events. We have a 1-year contract with them. So from running the business into minus during Corona or COVID, I can say we pumped up about 12% profit right now. And I'm talking about this year alone. This 2022 has brought in great profits margin for us. So why am I telling this? Because, if you're thinking of launching a business like this, then, example, you can start this from 2025. Now that it's on all on digital platform, I can help you all understand where and how and what is needed. With basic funding of 20 lakhs, you can start this business. You can go in for a franchisee model. You can own your own business in your own region. So however, whatever help you want, we're all there. And like we earlier heard that the government is giving the women entrepreneurs the facility. I think you all should understand the formalities and the legalities and going for it, right? So you can start from the basics. So there is no scope of major loss. So somebody has tried and tested this business like me, right? You don't need a office space, logistic expenses. Yes, you're going to save on that. Now you have to be only digital. You need database, you need people, you need server, you need a domain. So all of the groundwork is done. So if someone is here who's passionate about fashion, who's passionate about education, who's passionate about being a very creative person, then this is the business module which is going to help you. And this is just an example. Of course, there are a lot of other options, but this is a tried and tested module. And like I said, I am a very proud founder of this company, and we have our share of success and our share of challenges, but we are great that we are sailing through with 10 to 12% of turnover and the profit increase that has happened. An amazing team that I have, definitely very thankful to them. And so moving on, a smart way to run a business: buy someone else's startup business. If you are unsure of your own idea, and I would say someone else who's already been there, done that, why not? That's how Swiggy started, right? So there was an idea, then Zomato happened. So there's huge competition. Doesn't matter if you have an idea, carry on with that, or if you want to merge with an existing company, go ahead with that. So another option is opening a franchisee business. So that's another model of running business. Any questions here? So again, coming back to the main thing, take the advantage of, sorry,
Started.
sorry, say what again? Shreya, I was saying something.
Gita, what we'll do is we have a Q&A session open.
Then we're going to take.
We will take all the questions then.
Okay.
In case if anybody has questions, you can use the chat window. You can drop in your questions there.
Yes, please.
You can continue.
Yeah. So take the guidance and support to raise the funds for your business through this platform. This is one of the greatest platforms. I wish I had an insight of something like this during my startup time. So we learned on our own, funded ourselves from our own savings and everything. And yeah, nevertheless, it's all for a good cause. And I think we should encourage, support, and collaborate each other. That's how we women can grow in the business. So go ahead and start your business, and wishing everybody here all the very best. And yes, thank you very much. That's my Insta ID. That's my office phone number. And you all can reach out to my Grooming Gurukul website as well. And now I think we can open up for the Q&As if there's any. Happy to answer.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
Geeta ji, thank you so much.
budget and we should how
I
to
should-
start business.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that for me?
Yeah, Geeta ji, as this platform is basically for the Stand Up India schemes. So would you like to share, we would like to hear about the scheme which fits in 10 lakhs to 1 crore, maybe 30, 40 lakhs, some particular business, the topic, the business module,
Okay,
which we really missed here.
okay.
Yeah, so if already actually the time is
That's
we are
okay.
halfway, yeah, we are halfway through and a lot of programs are there.
Yeah, that's okay. I can answer your question. So here, what we did is when I was talking about business planning, right? So there was phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. So when I started my business, we had all 2 to 3 phases together, and we had an investment of 45 lakhs, right? And now if somebody wants to start a business with 10 to 15 lakhs, then you can start with, just to be safe, phase 1. You can start with a safe mode in phase 1. You can think about it. What do I say? You can write, I can help you with writing the business plan, financial planning, right? Where does your cost go? In establishing, in buying a domain, in buying your server, investing in human resource, investing in the equipment. So I would suggest that, with the small fund, if we are talking about 10, 15 lakhs, then go digital. Having a space on cloud is much easy and safe than having a physical place right now. On that note, and again, if there are 2 people coming together and starting a business, then great. That gives you a leverage to play around. Have 2 to 3 points. For example, since I am the founder of Grooming Gurukul, I can only talk about that. And if, for example, there's a fashion line that you want to start, if there is any fashion designer here in the group, right? So we mentor them as well. So what do you need? You need to invest in good team again, good tailors, good technicians, good, you can hire people, for example, the grads as your interns. That's going to help you and manage some of the expenses. Interns will get to learn from you and you get to give them the certificate. So there are a lot of tricks and hacks which we can use when it comes to business module. And like I said, any idea is not small or big. You can start from as basic as 10 to 15 lakhs. You can, improvise, you can expand your horizon. But before that, I would say take one step at a time. Yeah, and that's how we expand. Yes, Ashish.
Madam, with the low cost of the budget, how we will start the business, madam? It the finance, the low cost of the budget and high, we will reach the higher reach of the goals, higher
Okay.
financial position.
So what is your plan? What's your thought? What kind of business are you talking about?
Any business, madam, not only in one sector, textile industry or any another industries, organization.
Okay, we'll talk about textile industry. So if you're talking about textile industry and you say smallest budget, what? The smallest as in the 10 lakhs? Are we talking about that bracket?
That much, no, ma'am. But 5 lakhs up to, it will be, how we will reach our higher position of the small budget only, we can reach high amount of the investment, madam.
You can. That's what I said. Any idea, small or big, doesn't matter. How do you write your business?
I'm sorry to interrupt you. This platform is for the Stand Up India scheme, where the minimum investment is 10 lakhs and maximum is 10 crore. So beyond that, we are not discussing. I'm really, really sorry. We can have different discussion on these low investment part, but this particular platform is for a purpose. Let us just stick to it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so Shreya, maybe that question we can discuss on another day. So we are limiting this discussion for the said budget that we just heard.
All right, so do we have any more questions? In case if you have questions, I request you to just drop that in the chat window, and maybe Geeta, even if you can just share your email address and the contact number in the chat window, maybe we could take it offline as well, considering
Absolutely.
we have a little bit of time constraint.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you so much, Geeta.
Pleasure.
It was quite inspirational, and thank you for sharing those valuable information with us. Thank you so much. So we are almost halfway done through our webinar, but we have a lot other interesting topics in the next 1 hour. So kindly stay tuned. So let me quickly move to the next item in our agenda. So just to enrich this webinar with the words of motivation and encouragement, along with igniting the entrepreneurial spirit in us, I would like to welcome Renu Mukunda, who would be our motivational speaker today. Renu has over 30 years of experience in the social development sector. She has worked as a development consultant on many national and international projects and has experience in gender and educational work. Her strength is in formulating livelihood programs using participatory processes. Having said that, please join me in welcoming Renu Mukunda. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you, organizers, COWE, SIDBI, Stand Up India. Oh.
Ma'am, please hold your camera properly. We can't see you.
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay now?
Yeah.
Okay. So am I audible, clear?
Yes, very audible and clear.
Okay, thank you. So good afternoon, all of you, and thank you, organizers, COWE, SIDBI, Stand Up India. It's really a privilege to be on this webinar. I mean, motivation is difficult virtually, like I said the other day, because to motivate eye-to-eye contact, touch and feel, I know experience is very important, but I do my best to do this virtually thanks to COVID. There couldn't have been a better time and context to discuss on this topic, women entrepreneurs and the non-education sector. I say this because our education system is not taking us anywhere. It's irrelevant. Women have more and more responsibilities, both personal and otherwise. Aspirations of women are increasing. Opportunities are springing up. More and more avenues are opening up. Having said that, why the number of women in entrepreneurship are bleak? Why are there inhibitions and hesitations? So to begin with, I would like to address the barriers that are there. So we have them out of our way. So we have the barriers transcended and thrown out of the window so we can progress both in this in the next 15 minutes and in our businesses. It might sound a little bit cliche, but still I would say gender bias is one of the reasons. Oh, women, how can we go out? How can we do business? How can we meet all kinds of people? How to travel? I'm not mobile, I can't drive, So on every step, there is this bias and lack of women leadership who understands and feels the way the amateur entrepreneur feels, can understand the struggle, for instance. It's changing, but it's like really not enough. And this I say because there's a big gap between what happens in the metropolitan cities and what happens back in small towns and rural areas. Then the confidence in business skills. If you're not from a business family, if you're not from a business background, if you're not trained for it, there's confidence. What about loss? What about profit? Do I have the skills? Can I go and sell, marketing linkages, etc. That is there for both men and women, but for women, there are added Then there is access to finance. Access to finance is something that, if you look at it from a gender lens, it goes back to our culture, goes back to a lot of patriarchal systems, because women have no property in their names, women have no access or control over the resources. So, when it comes to collateral security and things like that, it becomes a little more difficult than for a male to be an entrepreneur. Then the networks and relationships. Networking means meeting people, going out, spending time in the evenings, all those things. I mean, it is assumed that all this has to be done for a successful entrepreneur. So that again is an issue. Then the family support. Women get very little support from families compared to budding male entrepreneur, saying that, can you really do it? What if you lose the money? And, all these things. I don't have to emphasize on it. I'm sure the participants here have all gone through it or know that the others are going through it. Then there is this child care and the elder care issue. The responsibility of all this is at home is by the women. So even if she's capable, if she's confident, this is some of these as barriers only now. I already said that this can be transcended by various support systems. Then the last but not the least is the safety in work and public place. This is a major concern in metropolitan cities or everywhere as we progress. It's I shamefully say that as we progress, the safety is becoming a big issue, and with more and more the media covering and highlighting the events, tragic events, the violence, etc., as though only that is happening, then it becomes a big question. So I'm sorry to start with this very negative thing. As I told you, I wanted to just get it out of my way. These are barriers, and most of them are imaginary. Most of them are something that we can deal with, and in today's time, and most of them are something that we can ask support for. Asking for help, asking for support can transcend all these barriers. And there are systems set up, and as the earlier speaker said, there are many, many ways of dealing with all these barriers. Now, before going to what can be done to become a successful entrepreneur or to go in the path of being an entrepreneur, let me just give you some examples of successful entrepreneurs, not big ones, not the hi-fi ones, not big businesses. I'm sure, like there was this question by one Shreya earlier, who wants to start a small business. So I would like to take those examples, and innovations and initiatives also comes from villages and small towns, just as it comes from metropolitan cities. So let me take one example of one Madhu who traveled from UP to Delhi to in search of a job or in search of a livelihood opportunity. It was difficult for her to get anything like that, and she had 500 rupees which she could spare. So she invested that in making pickles, which she was an expert in, but home liked it. And community that she lived with were eating rotis or rice with pickles. So pickle was much needed. So she made pickles and sold it to her own, clan, her own, let's say, neighborhood. And they bought it. And then, that's how, long story short, that's how this her brand of pickles, Madhu Pickles, became a big brand, and she's doing very, very well now. She's a millionaire now, and it's a big there's a big turnover of those pickles. So she started from 500 rupees, no infrastructure, no bank loan, no nothing. So that is one example. Then to take another middle class example, there was this bored housewife who was educated, who was married into a family where she was not allowed to go to work or there was not job available. What she did was, in Chennai, this is a well-known snack and savory enterprise, where she said, okay, she saw a lot of snacks and savories floating around in the house and in the neighborhood and among the relatives. She thought, why not make an enterprise of this? And she put all the women and her women from her kith and kin and relatives together and pooled, various savories like muruku, tengolu, atirasam, all those traditional sweets. And all she had was a compound, in her house. So she put up a outlet there, and the women supplied. So, in just one idea, many women were employed. Many women became entrepreneurs just by the traditional skill that they knew. They didn't go to any school. They didn't do any MBA, but they could. Today, it's a very, very big business. The other two examples I would give was from a remote village. Both of them, which I myself was very involved. When we wanted to start some livelihood programs, we saw what are the skills available in the village among the women. We did what is called a skill mapping and found that there were some skills available. One of them was crochet, and they made like many products, which normally a girl took these crochet products to her husband's house when she married and went into their house, some 16 products or whatever. So this was a skill, of course, but was not a marketable skill which made marketable products in the upmarket or in the cities. It was just restricted to their own villages or their own households. So we said, how do we use this basic skill, convert that into a marketable product, educated them over the internet, etc., showed them a lot of products which is crocheted and what demand is there for it and how it is priced, how it is costed. And today it is a big mundwa. It's called Kila Work. So they have the shawl and stole group. They do very well now. They even send it outside the country. They have stalls in 100 hands, etc. So just this small identifying the basic skill and upgrading the skill become a very good enterprise. And many women who are here didn't have any income earlier. Some of them closed their loans out of the income that they got from this, and etc. I can give you links to the website of that group if you want to know more about it. I mean, this is a process it's a case study which is really worth looking at, but short of time, I can only say this much. Similarly, there was this Sugarcane Nursery. This is for women in agriculture, where sugarcane was the cash crop and the saplings were brought from a different state, different districts. So we trained some women to do, breed this, cultivate these saplings, and it became a big business. And today they are sending it to the same districts and same states which they bought it from. So it can start anywhere. I have not given you any huge role models like Kiran Majumdar, Shah, or people, Indra Nui, or whoever. I'm just giving you common women, from very humble backgrounds, and not that all of them had an aspiration to become entrepreneurs, but it started because of dire need. And it is possible to do an enterprise just with with the skills that you already have. These women didn't have any business background. They didn't have godfathers. They didn't have huge investments, bank loans, etc. These are businesses which started either of dire need or wanting to do something aspiration. There are hundreds of examples like these, and I'm sure there are around you within your families and friends circle. Going forward, I would like to emphasize the same point and say every woman has the potential to be an entrepreneur. Family itself is one unit of social enterprise, isn't it? Women are water managers, food managers, perpetrators of cultural, social practices, HR managers, housekeepers, caretakers, teachers, nurses, and one can go on. They are relationship managers and excellent in networking, isn't it? This I'm talking about a homemaker. Just a woman who is in the house has all these skills already in her. Women can multitask easily. So if a woman wants to be an entrepreneur, she already has the basic inherent required qualities. Whether a woman wants to become an entrepreneur to make both ends meet, or because she aspires to be one, she is already eligible. All what is required is, she has to shed her inhibitions. She has to have a dream. She has to have a passion, have a vision, and she has to have a plan. Now, a plan which includes who can be her customers, how much money she needs, does she have the skills to take it forward, or does she need some training? How will she manage other things like children, elders, etc.? What is the support system, and so on? So if this groundwork is done, then she has passed 50% of the crossed 50% of the path. Opportunities are everywhere. You just look around. Now we have hundreds of examples where we know that women sold idlis and educated their children. Every slum in Bangalore you go, or any city you go, we see this, these things. We know, there are personally friends whom I know whose mother at some point of time sold an eatable, which she knew very well, and sold them and educated her children, taught daughters some skill. So opportunities everywhere. You have to look around. Somebody has there are several examples that come to my head. I don't know if you know this. I don't know the Telugu term for it, but there is this one woman who used to do very good jasmine moginjade, which we call moginjade, flower decorated plugs, and she is a big businesswoman now. It's exported outside. And she started also again with a very small thing. And we have to look around, like you say, there is another grandmother from somewhere who did very nice badam barfi, and she is now again a very big businesswoman. You look around, it is there. These days, home decor is a big trend. Then there is, what is that? Puja decor. Now the rituals are increasing day by day instead of decreasing. With progressive thinking, it is increasing, and lots of things are needed. So we know now, if you go to traditional areas in Bangalore, there are hundreds of shops where they sell this puja decor items, and they're all making big money. I know somebody in JP Nagar who makes big money, and like it's always crowded. So what I mean to say is, there is an opportunity everywhere if you look at it. If you want to, wear, I don't know how to wear a sari. My daughter-in-law doesn't know how to wear a sari. So she calls somebody to help her drape a sari, and she gets money. Beauty parlor is a big example. Wedding ceremonies are example. Wedding itself is a big industry now to cater to. Then there is elderly care, there is home nurses, housekeeping, there's many things that a woman in the non-education sector, they can do. That's why I'm taking these examples. We're not taking examples of technology. Technology related enterprises, which are again so many and which can be picked up. But these are skills where these Indian women, from what they have learned as they grow up, what the mothers teach, mothers groom their daughters to become a good homemaker. So those skills itself can become big enterprises. And there are thousands of opportunities. All you have to have is the aspiration for it and is the determination for that. All these does not need high technology. You just need a business acumen. And what are the other things what are the other elements that you need? Discipline. Discipline is what you need in terms of time management, finance management, ethical behavior, and quality control. If these are things that you can manage, then I think all the others will fall in place. Every business did not and I'm saying the wrong thing maybe when this is about loan, SIDBI initiative, etc. But all businesses need not have the big loans and big money. You can start small. And of course, when you start small and when you're established, it's easy to approach people like SIDBI or COWE or Grooming Gurukul or wherever, and then upgrade your business. One of the things that I said about women are, what will the family think? These are the social and cultural barriers. These were always there. When was it not there? It was always there and will continue to be there. We need to transcend them. We need to, face them. We need to deal with them. Focus on what we want to achieve and everything else will fall in place. Never give up a dream, I would say. I just finished, in 1 minute. A woman will succeed as an entrepreneur. Quality of life of the entire family improves. Children get better education, therefore will progress in careers or businesses. She will impact other women around her. Therefore, every woman who takes a step forward will impact the progress of the community, the society, and the nation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Renu ma'am. Since we understand that you have a hard stop at 4:30, any questions which comes on the way of anybody has questions, please drop it on the chat window. We will take it and we'll pass it on your way, Renu ma'am. Thank you so much. And I'm sure that
it was very, very motivating, ma'am. And we'll
Thank you.
Connect you with maybe many entrepreneurs will connect with you. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And I had a lot of constraints today because I didn't have access to laptop and things like that. Otherwise, I do have some slides, etc. Any other opportunity, I will make it better, definitely.
And
I am not 100% happy with it.
Yeah, I think you've been quite successful in inspiring us virtually. I think that was your first statement. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, all of you. Soon. Bye.
Okay, all right. I'm sure that we all are inspired now. Well, we have a video curated on Stand Up India application process. So let's have a look at that.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So here is the loan process, how to apply for the Stand Up India loan application. So for that, first of all, we need to visit the website, that is www.standupmitra.in. After we visit this website, here is a tab with the which is apply here if we require the loan facility. And when we will click here, it will take us to this new registration page. In this, we need to choose the option of new entrepreneur. Actually, as we know, this Stand Up India loan is for the new businesses. So we'll choose this option. Here it will ask for the name, email ID and mobile number in which we will receive the OTP. So after that, we'll click on this generate OTP option. After this, the OTP will be received on our mobile phone. This OTP we will enter here and we will verify the same. After we enter the OTP and it is verified, it will show us this, that the registration is successful. Basically, this first step is to register ourselves on the website of udyamimitra.in. After this, this page will open, which will ask for our basic personal details, which will be, few areas will be pre-filled like mobile, email ID and name that we had entered in the previous pages. After that, we'll fill this page and we'll submit it. So we will be registered in the Udyami Mitra portal. Then after that, this page will open, which will give us the option of this applying for loan. So for applying for loan, here is this tab, Loan Application Center. We have this another tab that is Handholding Agency. COWE is the part of this handholding agency. There are many agencies that give us the guidance, and if there is any issue, they support us regarding the loan application. So these are the various agencies that are associated with SIDBI for this. For applying for the loan, we'll click on this tab, Loan Application Center. Then this will show us the various kinds of loans that are available under the scheme. So as per our eligibility and terms and conditions, we can apply. And to understand that, we can click on this read more to understand the various loans criteria. After we choose our loan, for like if I
Done, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. If anyone wants more information with the application process video, we could later on share it with you. You can reach out to us. Thank you so much, Karthik, for sharing that with us. Well, next we have the banker herself with us today. We have Shashikala S, Deputy Manager, State Bank of India. She completed 12 years of banking service, working in advanced section as credit officer. She has served in Nanjanguru, Mysore, and currently working in Bangalore. Shashikala is here today to provide the banker's perspective on the scheme. With her experience and detailed understanding, she will be sharing her insights on the Stand Up India loan scheme and the credit access opportunities available for all the women entrepreneurs. Over to you, Shashikala, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, COWE India, for providing me this opportunity. And Stand Up India scheme is the lending scheme as formulated and approved by the Government of India. And it is an effort to create more employment to make the people to attain Atmanirbharata. So in this thing, the bankers are definitely with the women entrepreneur. Probably the I will start with the do's and don'ts. When the woman entrepreneur enter the bank, what they will do, I just want to explain that. Women entrepreneur visit after applying the loan, the loan application will come from the respective branches to the processing center, and we will call for the discussion, and the woman entrepreneur will come with most probably they don't come alone. They come with their respective husband, friend, relative, and whatever we ask questions, they will look forward to the next person, let they answer. But as a banker, as a processing officer, I look forward my the woman entrepreneur should know what she is doing. Because I have given so many loans under Stand Up India itself from the last year. The people are doing so well, especially women who she has so much confidence to manage both the fields. And I have seen some people after when they're applying, they give the quotation which are not genuine. This is really not at all acceptable at the bank, because we do the due diligence before disbursing the loan, before sanctioning the loan. So the woman entrepreneur should have the clarity about her business. When we are questioning something about their business, they should know what she's doing, what is and other things, and she should be confident enough to run her business. If she don't speak in the branch in front of one officer, then how can she face the market? It's very difficult. So she should be very confident when she come for the loan. Definitely we are helping them with completing the loan application, that filling the loan application. If we require any documents, we tell them for which website she can apply for them. For example, Udyam certificate is mandatory presently. So we go to the website and we tell her. So it is not so difficult to apply through bank. because now the government has initiated this scheme. The other thing, this is especially for new venture, but I have seen many Stand Up India loan application will come to bank for existing loans, which we cannot provide. And the business should not only own 100% by the woman entrepreneur. If the share is more than 51%, if that loan, the loan is also come under Stand Up India scheme. As my previous speakers told, the collateral, there will be no collateral security, and the government is giving the guarantee under NCGTC via. So I feel all women entrepreneurs should come forward and take this opportunity to apply loan and provide these benefits. Thank you. If you have any queries, please let me know.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. If there's any questions, you can just put it in the chat box for us. We will just proceed with the next line item, what we have in the agenda. All right, so next, okay, I think we all are eager to listen to the success story. So we have the loan beneficiary herself today. We have Jayaprada ST, who is a proprietor of Kitchen Logics, a business name of Prestige Exclusive, Kumbalagodu. It is a brainchild of proprietor who has been in retail lighting business for over 2 decades. Prestige Exclusive, Kumbalagodu is the first of brands opening up in kitchen and kitchen appliances space in the core business area in and around Kumbalagodu. Today, Jayaprada, proprietor of Kitchen Logics, is the Stand Up India beneficiary for the session. She will be sharing insights about how this scheme helped us scale up a business and realized its full potential. Over to you, Jayaprada. Jayaprada, if you can unmute. If you can unmute and speak to us.
Hi everyone, can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, good evening everyone. First, I would like to thank Mrs. Gayatri Suresh for inviting me to speak at this platform. It is nice to know about COWE, and I hope to have a long-term relationship going with COWE. And I'm an accounts in a private limited accounts manager with 20 years of experience in electrical retail business. I'm a BCom degree holder with a distinction from COWE University. Recently, I have started a firm, Kitchen Logics, which is an TTK Prestige exclusive showroom at Kumbalagodu, Mysore Road, Bangalore. On this platform, I have been invited to share my experience about starting my own firm. Finance assistance from Stand Up India for women entrepreneurs, and about the experience going through the process for availing financial assistance with SBI, and my firm's relationship with SBI on day-to-day banking needs. Let me tell you all how it started. A few years back, a very close family friend of mine has suggested working with TTK Prestige as a franchisee. This was in my mind all the time, but nothing had taken a good shape. Thinking that the right time has come, I discussed with TTK Prestige and zeroed into a location where we saw that the potential to do business was available. And that TTK Prestige sales team visited the place and did their research and asked us to justify about opening the franchisee in the location we had identified. Once they were satisfied, they gave a green signal and everything started from there. My journey was started from funds needed to start was about 25 lakhs, which looked like quite a big amount. As I had not any time earlier, that is when I started to look out for available financial assistance from the government. Sincerely speaking, I was not aware of the business pharma facilities made available by the Government of India for women entrepreneurs. My first insight into this came through a SBI bank manager who showed a initial zeal to assist, but somehow the zeal died down. Through my network, I was able to meet an young bank manager at SBI's branch near to my firm's address, which was the first positive step. I would like to highlight this. The manager and the young staff were amazingly supportive from the day one, which was very surprising to me. Wholeheartedly thanks to them. This bank manager gave a very detailed understanding of the facilities available to start a new business and becoming an entrepreneur. It was very happy. After this meeting, I came out with a lot of energy to take the steps needed. I gathered all necessary documents, did Udyam registration, and applied for GST registration online. It was a very smooth experience. Once all details were furnished, the Udyam registration was completed without any problem. GST registration was also completed with minor issues. But gladly that it did not take too much time. In between these activities, I met the chief manager and loan assistants, executive at SBI MSME. These two people left a very positive and promising impression on me and provided all the details that were required. We had furnished the location of the business place, completed the administrative formalities with the business place owner, and obtained the necessary documents needed, meeting the loan documents. Getting all the documents requested by the SBI MSME branch, I applied for the loan. To my surprise, looking at my credentials, the loan was approved in principle in just 3 days. Next was making mandatory deposits to TTK Prestige, after which they took and gave us a detailed plan of how the franchisee should be looking. TTK Prestige introduced us to their vendor, who was assigned to take up the interiors and furniture work for the franchisee. In the meanwhile, we opened a current account to deal with day-to-day transaction with the nearest SBI's branch. Quotation was submitted by the vendor and was submitted for SBI MSME branches perusal, followed up by business location and current home location verification. Couple of days later, we were informed that the documentation part was concluded and we were sanctioned the necessary financial assistance. In the next few days, we completed the financial assistance documentation formalities and the sanction letter was issued. A bit more about a stand-up India loan. It was provided at 11.5% annual rate of interest with 6 months moratorium for a period of 7 years. Financial assistance was provided in 2 parts. Part 1, term loan for 10.7 lakhs for setting up the franchisee, which is basically for the assets for the firm's business. This part was supposed to be spent on making up the interiors and putting up the furniture as per the policy of our principal. TTK Prestige, 15% margin money was pumped in by me. Part 2. Cash credit loan of 12.5 lakhs was running the day-to-day business of sourcing the application from TTK Prestige using the CC limit and repaying the same on a daily basis by means of sales. Within a period of 7 to 10 days, upon a further scrutinizing activities, loans amount was disbursed. Today, I'm looking forward to opening the franchise formally for business transaction by 20th October 2022. I am confident that with the industry knowledge and experience that I have, I will successfully manage and care of the business operations of Kitchen Logics Prestige Exclusive Kumbalgodu with all my families and Almighty's support. This has been my journey, which has been exceptional from my personal point of view. I thank all the staff of SBI MSME branch and SBI Kumbalgodu branch who have helped me in becoming an entrepreneur with so much easy. Again, Mr. Gayatri Suresh and COWE for giving me an opportunity to share my story today. Thanks everyone for your patience.
This is wonderful, wonderful share by you, Jayaprada. Really, thank you so much. It was wonderful.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
It was truly good. Yes, very to the point. Yes.
All right, thank you so much. I think we can take one question if anybody has one question for Jayaprada, and then we can move ahead. Anybody has a question, you can unmute and shoot your question. All right, I think Jayaprada, you were perfect clear with your success story, and thank you so much for sharing your insights. You know how this scheme helped you scale up your business. We wish you more success. Yeah, we wish you success. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So, okay, moving ahead, I think we are almost done with our completely power-packed webinar session. We have here Geeta Rao, Joint Secretary, COWE Karnataka. She runs multiple businesses. The number one is Reach C on Mark Private Limited, a digital marketing company. 2 is Office Republic into chain of business centers and serviced offices. The third one is the recent entry she has done into Aru Natural Products LLP, that is into wood pressed edible oils. So she's here to give us a closing remark and summarize this entire session. Over to you, Geeta.
Thank you so much, Archana. Today, we had a humble beginning of SWAVALAMBAN SASHAKT Webinar Series 2.0 in association with in a true spirit of Azadi Ka Amritmahotsav by Ms. Gayatri Suresh, President, COWE Karnataka Chapter, by welcoming all the dignitaries, guests, COWE members, students, media people to this informative webinar. And it was followed by Ms. Aparna Dasrik, Joint Secretary of India, who gave a comprehensive presentation about the beginning, the programs that we conduct for every women entrepreneur, holistic growth, and the future promising projects of COWE. Next, we had Ms. Anamika Rajkumari, Manager SIDBI, who explained us in detail in a very simple way about Stand Up India scheme by Government of India and the credit access opportunities that are available for women entrepreneurs. Followed by, it was Geeta Shetty, founder Grooming Gurukul, who groomed all of us, her entrepreneurship journey, had every bit of ups and downs like any other businesses, but stood head high and made it a successful venture. Further, we had Ms. Renu Mukunda, Social Development Specialist, who profoundly made a statement to all of us to understand that entrepreneurship is an inherent quality of every woman. Next, we had Ms. Shashikala S, Deputy Manager SBI, explain us so beautifully about how to avail Stand Up India loan, specifically what the banker looks for, about the do's and don'ts to follow for its smooth transaction. And it was followed by Ms. Jayaprada SD, Proprietor Kitchen Logistic, who gave the most valuable statement, that is, collaboration is the key, not the competition. She explained us how her collaboration with TTK Prestige resulted in a new successful venture from the day one. With this, we are going to close the webinar. Thank you so much, and over to Archana.
Thank you so much, Geeta. I think that was a very well summary done. I think whoever has missed the entire session joining you this time, I think it would give us an insight about what they missed. Basically, I believe they didn't miss anything because your summary was that good. Thank you so much, Geeta. All right, so we formally end this session. We are moving towards delivering vote of thanks by none other than Dr. Mrignani, Chairperson, Young COWE Karnataka Chapter. She's a dentist by profession, completed her master's in the subject of prosthodontics and runs a dental practice at Indranagar, Bangalore called Flourish Dental Studio. Over to you.
Thank you, Archana. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Mrignani, and on behalf of the entire organizing team, it's my privilege to present the vote of thanks. Firstly, my heart fills with a lot of gratitude to the entire SIDBI team, Ms. Anamika Rajkumari, Ms. Ritu Giridhar, Mr. Gurpreet Singh, and Dr. S.S. Acharya, P&D Head, for providing continuous support in enriching these webinars always. Thank you. I'm running short of words to express my humble thanks for our guest speakers today, Ms. Ms. Anamika, Manager SIDBI, Ms. Geeta Shetty, Founder Grooming Gurukul, Ms. Renu Mukunda, Social Development Specialist, Ms. Shashikala, Deputy Manager SBI, and Ms. Jayaprada. Thank you for not just sparing time from your busy schedule, but also for clearing our concepts and enhancing our understanding. We really owe you a lot for the success of this webinar. No event or program can take shape without hardworking leaders, isn't it? It was the dedication and enthusiasm of our founder members, COWE India, and National President COWE, Ms. Madhu Tyagi, who have made this webinar a great success. Our heartfelt gratitude, ma'am. Conducting this webinar seamlessly would have been impossible without the zealous efforts of the National Committee team and the technical team who have devoted so much time and energy. I thank each one of you for the commendable job. Last but not the least, I thank all COWE chapter presidents, MC committee members, and all the members of the chapters. Without you all, these programs wouldn't reach this height. My heart goes out to thank educational institutes and university management students, and of course, each participant for accepting the invitation and participating in the program with such great interaction. I also want to thank our media and press partners for constant support always. Last, I want to thank our torchbearer, President COWE Karnataka, Ms. Gayatri Suresh, for leading and inspiring always and working very hard for the success of this webinar series. Above, but not the least, I would want to thank the MC Committee of COWE Karnataka Chapter, Secretary Ms. Archana Maroli, Joint Secretary Ms. Geeta Rao, who went the extra mile and worked hard to run the webinar flawlessly. My apologies if I have missed out to express my gratitude to someone, but a huge shout out to everybody, and let's gear up for the next webinar. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mrignani. That was, I believe, a power-packed vote of thanks en route Vietnam. Happy vacation to you, and thank you for making it here. Thank you so much. We officially close this webinar, and I'm going to say that stay tuned. We have another webinar coming up on 23rd of November. Stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Archana.
Thank you.
Yanidhi, carry on.
Yeah, thank you, Archana, Geeta, Jayaprada, and Mrignani. Immensely power-packed, speech by all of you, and very good webinar. Well done, Gayatri. The other one is coming very soon, so be charged up same day. Thank you so much, all of you. All our speakers, thank you for joining us today. Association with you is, I'm sure, will be very good for all the entrepreneurs and
I think we lost you there, Nitin.
help them to begin their entrepreneurial journey. Thank you so much for being part of our team, webinar team. And for SIDBI, no words to express our gratitude. This webinar series has been immensely motivating and inspirational for our entire team. Aparna, Rupa, Madhuji, as always, guiding us all the time, all our founder directors, Karthik, Sejal, our technical team, all the people at the office, Sushila, Usha, we really, and Shanti. And Navneeta, of course, she's our star. So all of you have been really rock support for all of us, conducting these webinars one after other. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Nidhi, at the least, I really thank you, personally. So detailed you were, man. So detailed. The follow-up we did, the preparation we have done, kudos to you. But your energy is really kudos to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being there.
We are seeing the same in you people.
Very good teamwork. Keep it up because the next one is coming very soon. So start preparing from right now. Yes. And I request Jayaprada, please share a few pictures because we need to submit it along with her report. So I really request you to submit it as soon as possible. I know after the webinar.
I'll share it.
Definitely,
I'll share it
as
soon as she shares it with me, Didi ma'am. She will
Yeah.
share.
I definitely will
Thank you
share
so
it.
much. Thanks so much, everyone, for all the support.
All the
Thank you,
audiences
everyone.
to
Thank you so much for being there. Thank you. All the participants, yes, colleges, thank you.
Yeah,
I
once
would
again,
like to. I
our
would like
next
to.
webinar, next webinar is scheduled on 2nd of November. So stay tuned to attend that program also.
Sure, ma'am. I would like to thank Dr. Mrignani, even though you're traveling on the way, you did such a wonderful vote of thanks. Thanks a ton, and thanks to my MC team. Without your support, I can never move a step also. Thanks a lot, always standing as my back support. And let's rock the next webinar too. And to HO team, if I have failed in to keep up my expectations, like whatever your expectations, let me complete it in the next webinar, ma'am. We'll come back with a more powerful webinar in the next session, ma'am, because next session is actually on the advertisement, and of course it will be more interesting, and I promise you that we will meet all the expectations there. Thank you so much.
We are always confident on you, you and your team, Gayatri. Another thing, can you just share that some colleges were roped in to attend this program?
Ma'am, we had Siddhganga Institute of Technology. We had the head of entrepreneur cell with us today. Anyway, I'll take their review on this, and I'll share it with the HO team, ma'am.
Yeah, please let us know.
Gayatri, I think Mrignani has left. I really want to congratulate her. She was really good, and it's very heartening.
She's here
to
only,
see
ma'am.
young
She's not
people.
left. She's there.
She's
Mrignani,
here.
please come.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
So,
It's my
Mrignani, we
privilege.
hope that you encourage many more like you to join COWE and explain to them the wonderful opportunity which comes with being COWE member. It is very heartening to see young people like you come forward and work towards entrepreneurship. Well done, well done. Take care.
Thank you
Nidhi,
so
ma'am,
much.
actually, Mrignani is on the way to airport. On the way to airport in her car, she has done this of thanks.
Wish you a very happy and safe journey, Mrignani.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. It's my privilege to do this.
Great. Okay, with this happy note, we just say goodbye to each other. See you in the next webinar then. Bye.
See you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you all. Thank you so much.